twakorirwo tukiaririria horo wegie success no muthenya wa umuthi kwageuka na topic o ingi ikihana o iria ririkana kuri nenda citu cio kinyaniria kuri mwana wa Facebook ni Nice TV Kenya, mucio wage kino Twitter ni Nice TV Kenya, Instagram Nice TV Kenya, YouTube Nice TV Kenya, namba itu ndumiriri guhene gifugo mugwanja gifugo ire inya ririkana gukorwo kiuria ciuria cia kumwena ucio na tutigitigereire ate ciuria ingi mugienda gukorwo mukiuria about a farming woman in our life no ginya ungikorwo wina kiuria kigie topic iria ciothe tukoretwo tukihetukira na ukorwo ukiingira ku no tigirire ati no akorwo kiuria ciuria maybe twatigireire na muthenya wa umuthi otamutugo ageni akoni mekinyitie muthenya wa umuthi na mundu gweto JAPHET muthenya wa umuthi ni akinya gatene tukimumenyerete late kama no gotikiagaga to issues oguo jam maundu tamacio muthenya wa umuthi gaikenerera ni inywe uria mugiukite no mbere ndaya twabe tukimenye ni mukimoe maretwa no anga ni magicenjie maretwa na ni ndikiwe koguo no twende tukimenye Mr. JAPHET.
Yes.
Good evening.
Good evening, how are you?
Welcome.
Thank you so much.
How was your week?
My week has been good. Very little challenges, but I thank God that it ended well. And there's a lot of achievements. Yes.
Welcome back to Nice TV.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Yes, say something to our viewer.
Okay, let me take this chance to say hi, our viewers. We welcome to today's topic. As you know, we also make our lives to be a better lives. You know, in life we can't be experts to everything, but through the learning from others, we do make the ends meet. So welcome to today's episode.
Thank you very much for coming and honoring our invitation, Mr. Sir Emmanuel. Welcome back.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, say something.
Well, it's always good to be here, and it's a pleasure that we can also continue interacting with you all. Especially, okay, for me, my week, like, let me say, I'm responding also like JAPHET did. We had a very good week, and I'm grateful. That's the beginning of everything, actually. On a daily basis, once you wake up, just be grateful at least you have that life. So I'm grateful that we're here. I'm grateful that we can say this is another time that we can get to learn together. So let's see how we go about it and let the questions flow.
Yep.
Thank you so much.
Mroreri wakwa no akigwa maretwa mao matigecenjetie o ta uria twakimatigire kiumia kihituku na uguo maretwa mao makirenga kimucokeria ngatho mukorwo mukinyitanira na ithe muthenya wa umuthi gutukorwo tukithoma maundu matiganite megie winning in life. But first of all, Mr. JAPHET, Sir Emmanuel, could you say something about winning, the definition of winning, just briefly?
Well, as we were thinking about this topic today, questions were coming to my mind. When we talk about winning, you know, people will start telling you, hey, who am I competing with? Is it maybe some sort of sport? Is it something that I have to be in competition with somebody? But when we think about winning, it's about what does it take for me to become a winner? And in this case, then I'm also starting to think, and I started thinking, going back to myself and thinking like, for one to win, I put myself as an athlete.
Yeah.
I've said it here before that I love boxing, and I'm a boxer, even though I never went so far.
Yep.
But one of the things that I know is, like, as a sportsman, and any sportsman, you will require discipline, you will require training, you will require a trainer, you will require consistency, you will require so many things so that then you can come to a place of saying, I won in whatever discipline that you are in. But then you come also into life and you compare that as a sport. I think about winning is where you can say that I attained the goals that I set out to accomplish, you know. I said this is what I want to do, but at the end of it all, it's only at the deathbed many people say, hey, you know, you can be rushing and trying to get all the money that you want to get. and you forfeit some of the very vital things in life. And one of the things that many rich people that have spent so much time in like trying to succeed in life, becoming rich and all that, one of the biggest things that they ever said and cried while they were in their bed is when they got to a point of saying that one of these things that I regret about in my life is not making all the monies that I could make, but having spent little time with my family. That becomes absurd because everybody else is looking at you as a winner or as one that has hit the apex of everything in life. But then you look at yourself and you judge yourself as a failure. But in the end, there is that which you judge yourself, and sometimes we judge ourselves more harshly compared to the way other people would judge us. But then there is the judgment that we get from other people. And being a theist, one that believes in God, there is the judgment that God overall pours on human beings.
Thank you very much, Mr. Japhet. Do you have anything to say about the word winning? What does it mean?
Okay, I think when we talk about winning in life, I can just say, you know, life is, as we say, it is a journey.
Yeah.
And as you know, when you start the growth, when the human beings start growth, you start from the childhood. As you are growing, obvious, there's a lot that you can want to achieve. Let me just say, like, winning, it can be divided by individual. Like the kind of the life that I want to live. Let's say, for example, I was born in a poor family. I may want to live a better life. I may be on the channel of improving my life. Not only that, you can be even when you talk about winning in life, it means in different aspects. When you talk about different aspects here, I can talk about winning in a career. In career, I can talk about winning in having a very good family. I can talk about winning in business. Yeah. So I want to say that you know, we do say that in life itself, it is like we must have the growth, we must have the continuation of something, and then we as human beings, as we were born to make progress. We were not born to be where we are. Let's say, for example, I can just say, if you come from a dysfunctional family, it may be your main thing that you can do about winning. You want to change that, your family to have a very good family, the functional family. I mean, like, you can be, let's say, for example, that you need to change the status of your family. Let's say, for example, even if it is a career-wise, you are being brought up by your parents who are, well, let's say, for example, they were nothing in the society. You can decide to change that history of your family. If you change the history of that family, it's about winning. So I want to say that winning, it is now the end result that you get after the process that you have undergone. I want to say that for those viewers who are watching us, I want to say that winning, it is, I can term it as, it can go hand in hand, like when achieving success. When you achieve success, maybe after, let's say, my friend was talking about, even when you are on the race, you are not competing with anybody, but on the race, you know, there's something that you want to have. You know, winning, again, as I can just say, winning, you know, most people, they just fail because they compare themselves. Maybe my winning is not that you're winning. My winning, it can be not for the winner. So the way I define winning, it is not the same. It is a unique word to everybody. So the way, what I want, let's say, for example, even in the career, or even in the jobs, you may get, for example, I am in school, I want to study, and then after my studies, I go to abroad. And then you may get me, I'm in Kenya, I study, so that I can start my business. I can be employed. So that's why I say winning can be defined by individual. It is not the same. The way we define, it is being defined by individuality, how they term themselves.
So tell us, what does it take for one to be a winner?
Okay, for one to be a winner, it takes a lot. Let me just start by saying, like, for you to be a winner, first of all, as I said, it is you need to define what you want to win.
Yeah.
Because you can't wake up. You know, most people, they fail in life simply because they don't know what they are winning, what they are after for. I want to say that for you to be a winner, you need to know what are you learning after. Let's say, for example, I've said I've been born in a family that is very poor. I want to improve the status. Let's say, for example, I was born in a family where even taking a bread in the morning, it's not easy. So let's say, for example, even I was born in a family where the houses are muddy. I can improve that status. So my winning, if I can build a permanent house, that one, it is about winning. So I want to take what it takes for an individual. You need to understand, what are you for? What are you for? What do you want to get, to win? Let's say, for example, it is about a study, if it's about a business, if it is about a family, you need to understand what you want, what you want to win for. Number two, when you talk about if you want to win, number two, it's about you need to understand the core values. You need to understand the values which can be alignment with your achievement of winning. So let's say, for example, me myself, I want to be. Let me use a very good one. Like I want to win in my Christian life. So when I want to be a winner in Christian life, I cannot be a winner in Christian life if all about the values that I'm practicing they don't go hand in hand with Christianity. Not only that. One thing which has made many people not to succeed is because they don't understand these values. Look at the generation that we are in. Most people, instead of knowing the values, let's say, for example, people have gone to the university. When they are going to the university, all that is ringing on their minds is all about that, I want to win. I want to have a lot of money. I want to be employed. But they don't know what it takes. Because if I know what it takes, and if I know the values, let's say, for example, most people now, many youths, they have gone into taking alcohol, drug abuse. They say that I want to have fun. Right? But before they achieve, before they win in life, you say that the challenges have made them, they have been addictors in life. I want to say, if you understand the values, you will respect. Values will keep you to have discipline. Because not only that, I want to say that in the winning, you need discipline. Not only discipline, you need I want to make it quick. Like if you want to win, another thing I want to talk about, I've said you need to know what you are winning for. Yep. You need to know about the values. You need to have the discipline, because discipline, it is the one which is going to make you to keep you on terrain. Because if you don't have discipline, by the way, you can do anything, right? When you talk about discipline here, I want to say that let's say, for example, let me just use a military word. Like if you want, let's say, for example, if you want to be a very good military in the military field, you need to do a lot. You need to build your stamina. You need to deal away with your phobias for you to be courageous enough to face the battle. So I want to say that discipline, it is necessary. It is not something that you need to negotiate about. Discipline is necessary. And when we talk about the discipline here, it is when you just cut your appetite. Let's say, for example, it is about, you see people are in for fun. Let me say that winning, it is you need to be vulnerable for you to be a winner. You cannot be like you cannot be like other people and then you say that I want to win in life. You cannot win in life if you follow the wind. I do say that life itself, it has a lot of sound, it has a lot of noisy, and if it has a lot of noisy, if you want to follow the cloud, you cannot achieve. And another thing that I want to say, that if you want to be a winner too, you need even to check your Kanban. What are the people I'm working with? Are they winners? Because after all, what you want is people forget about. You cannot be a winner. It's like there's a part which I like. If an ego, if you want to walk like an ego, you have to practice. You have to practice of flying. But what about if the ego can? If you bring a young ego, you bring it to work with the darkies. Can that ego fly? No. It cannot fly. What am I trying to say? In our way of life, if we want to win, we need to keep good company. Good company, because that company will make you to have good fun. That company will make you to be disciplined. That's what I can say, my brother.
Thank you very much. So vulnerability is not negativity.
It is not negativity, yes, for sure.
Okay. Thank you. So siwezi kuwa military mimi. Niko na phobia mingi sana.
You can overcome that.
Heights, stima, kila kitu. Thank you very much. So I've been listening to some of the youths na interact na some of the peoples. Unasikia wakicomplain that I can't buy this cause sijafika my time, or I can't get to marriage because I take marriage as a winning tool, maybe on some point. So unasikia mtu akisema I can't take I'm just still young. Kuna mtu kwanza aliniambia kwa ada age. Ati so kuna vitu hawezi fanya cause ako ada age, sijui hawezi anza biashara ya nini, sijui nini. Does is age a factor that you can use kujinini?
Age,
fanya hizo complaints.
age becomes a factor when it is about issues about legality of operations.
Yeah.
And I say the legality of operations, it's about like you cannot be allowed, like in Kenya, to drive until you are at the age of 18.
Yep.
Okay, so that's a legality, and anything that pertains to the law, you do it even though you intend to succeed, then break the law, you are going against a tenet, a principle towards winning. But again, here's the other side to it. Many people say that because they have an attitude of losing. You know, the way we have our mindset, more and more, we're finding more young men getting to 30, 35, still saying mini kijana.
Yeah.
They don't want to leave their mama's house. You know, they still want to go and live there. Anafuliwa bedsheet, anafuliwa mpaka nguo, yet anatoka ati asubuhi anaenda job.
Enda kazi.
The only thing anaweza kafanya mom is excluded ama kwetu it's excluded. Ni hapa kukatilt.
Yeah.
Sindio? But in the real sense, what we need is that we need people that have a paradigm shift. And when we talk about like a paradigm shift is where we take all the components of our lives and the way we perceive life and think about life, and then have an overhaul, like taking an engine to a mechanic and saying, I need a new engine, despite maybe having the same engine block. You take the pistons off, you do everything, the crankshaft and all that.
Yeah.
Once it's put out, then you say, I need something new. And then it's put back into that car. One of the places, yes, winning, marriage is part of winning. And like I said the other time here, that as I'm reading the book, The Millionaire's Mind, I'm finding more and more like, hey, marriage is a good thing.
Yep.
So it's good. And that also, it makes you become more responsible about the things that you're going to do. And so in marriage, it helps you become even more responsible. Your spouse, the reason as to why the Bible talks about like, and God, Genesis chapter 1, and God saw it was not good for a man to be alone. So he decided to make a helpmate for him. So when he comes to make a helpmate for him, it's because a man cannot do well on his own when he's alone. But then once you get a wife, you are on a sure way, a good wife by the way, you're on a sure way to winning in life.
Yep.
Somebody once told me this. Somebody once told me this, that the best or the closest thing to heaven on earth, because everybody wants to be in heaven.
Yeah.
You know, Runda heaven, Maisha London, you know.
Maisha London.
But the closest thing to heaven on earth is getting a good wife. And the closest thing to hell on earth is getting the wrong wife.
Yeah.
So you win when you have your spouse, but you're a good spouse.
To multiply the problems. You say the wife is a multiplier. Not me, you say a woman is a multiplier.
Yes, she is a multiplier.
So ukienda kwake akiwa na mashida, you multiply the problem.
But I also say that a woman responds to you as a thermostat. So the degree to which you increase the heat or you reduce the heat, she responds to that.
So you can control her.
Definitely she's under you.
Thank you.
And I'm not saying like, okay, you're bringing such an interesting thing. I'm not saying that you oppress her. I'm not talking about oppressing
Not
a woman.
oppressing.
But
you just give.
you see, and submission from a woman comes because she feels loved, appreciated, and there that you have taken her in as one of your own. So it's your choice on how to make a woman. Naturally, a woman would submit to you because, yes, you have loved her. So she wants to give you this authority.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Emmanuel, unataka kupoteza watu kiasi. Thank you very much. So, tuachane na hizo za marriage, or you have something to say about that?
What I can just say, thank you very much. When you talk about age, everything I say, we know everything. In the winning, we need plan. Because lack of plan, it's planning to fail. Like, what I mean, like, when you talk about with our generation which is coming, when you talk about winning, let's say, for example, I want to have a very good family in life. I want to have, there's a picture, you know, before you put anything on the paper, you have to put it on mind. The big building that you see in the city, all the better schools, anything that you see, it has to start from the mind. What am I trying to say? I want to say that in anything, it needs preparation. Because lack of preparation, and then it means like you are planning to fail. I mean, like even if it is about having a good family, our new generation, the youths, regardless of the age, you need to have that one into your mind. Like, this is what I want. If it's a wife that I want a better wife. I need to have that picture. I need to do preparation. Let me just use the African culture, which are most cultures that we have. Our youths, let's say, for example, the male gender. The male gender, for you to marry, you need to have a house, because you are not going to take a wife to your mommy's house. You need to have this house. You need to be independent financially. You need to be independent because you need to feed the family. So I want to say that all this wants our youths to prepare. So you don't have an excuse. You know, most people, they don't win in life simply because of excuse. I do say like this: if we want to have anything that we want to have, we have said that before we succeed in life, before we have our dreams, we need to have it on mind. We need to draw the picture that we want to have, regardless of the age. Let's say, for example, when we were young, I think we used to have, like, our teachers used to ask us, like, what do you want to be in life, right? Like, you have that picture. You need to do research what you need to want. Let's say, for example, and then for you to win, you need to have a checklist, right? Let's say, for example, now I'm 20. Okay, I'm 20. What have I achieved? Am I independent? Because after, if you don't have a checklist, it means like you're going to lose. So I want to conclude this by saying, I want to conclude this question by saying that age is not an excuse. You can be young and think. If you think, you have to have positive dream, positive thoughts, because from thoughts that's where we make the realities. So I want to say, let age be a factor. In winning, we don't have age factor. We don't need it. So long as what we need is preparation. Thank you.
Talking of age, talking of the kuoa na kuoana. Acha kucheka. Not yours. Miss kurudishi hiyo ya kuoa na kuoana. Utatu mislead kiasi. Japhet, talking of this kuoana, we can see our economy iko chini kabisa. Unapata mtu anasema anataka kutafuta bibi, lakini kifanya hiyo hesabu unaangalia kila kitu, the VAT iko juu, and the current situation yenye tuko, it's not good. So what do we do for a person to win in such an economy?
Thank you very much. That's a very good question. You know, as I said, we need preparation. And then before, in winning, you know, it also needs another thing which I can add here. it needs a mindset. When we talk about mindset here, we have two types of mindset. We have what you call growth mindset, and then we have what we call fixed mindset. When you talk about fixed mindset, you see at those people, whenever they see, you tell them, now it's time, Japhet, it's time that you have a family. They say, you know what, economy is bad. Economy is bad. I don't have something to feed the family. But if that's what you call, you know, in a fixed mind, people see problems. People don't see opportunities. They don't see that they can make it better. I want to say that I want to talk to those viewers who are watching. Like, if you want to win in life, you need to have what you call growth mindset. Growth mindset is where you see opportunities. All this about our economy is not good. Yeah. It is worse. But you know, from this worse, people do it on a daily basis. We do take blood. Life is not going to stand and then to wait for the good economy. Life has to go on. Time is going. Years every day on a daily basis. Years are going, months are going, time is gone. You are getting older. So what do I want to say? You need to have a growth mindset. When you talk about growth mindset here, I mean, like, you see, if it's about, let's say for example, I want to win in marriage. What am I supposed to do? I have finished the university. Now what I need to be independent. You know, what I normally, when I meet most of the youth in our country, the problem it's not about economy. Let us not do the problems about economy. Yep. It's about the mindset. The mindset that they have. Let's say for example they have gone to the university. The other time I think I was looking to the newspaper this week, and then do you know what I saw? I saw someone with masters, and then he has written some poster, and then he has it that he's looking for the job. I want to say that for the person who has a growth mindset, you need to create it. When you have masters, you have a degree, you need to create opportunity for you. Let's say, for example, we have in the university, because I've gone to the university, we have what you call entrepreneur. It's not all about, let me tell you, my brother, it is not all about, you need to have a very big resources to start a business. Let's say, for example, we have what you call beba. When I was before I joined college, by the way, in high school, I used to do house job. I used to do beba to get my school fees, right? I used to beba misigo, and then at the end of the day, I have 500, and then I used to save that 500 when the school are opening. I paid my school fees, and then life improved. What am I telling you? Like go to our towns. We have job opportunities. You can be a watchman. I was looking to another student. He's a student for medicine. He's doing watchman. He's getting 10,000, 20,000. If you can save that 20,000, you can start a business. You can be dependent, right? Yep. I say that if you can get people having growth mindset, they can start anything. They can have even a family. So I want to say that having a clear mindset, economy is not a problem. Economy, and there is no, as we are moving forward, as we are moving 2022, 2023, 2024, economy is not going to be good. Nobody is going to bring the food on the table. Yep. Nobody is going to employ everybody here. The job opportunities is going to be limited. It's like now it is when you tighten your belt, right? So as life moves, the belt is going to be tighter more, right? If it's going to be tighter, and then you are there just say, you know, we went to the university, and then when we went to the university, hakuna kazi, so why should I marry? So I want to talk to our youths who are outside. There's a lot of opportunities. Yeah. From the opportunities, you can be independent. From that independence, you can win in life in anywhere you want. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So now I understand why you said that poverty is not lack of money, ideas.
Yes.
Now I get it. Thank you very much. Back to you. Our current venye tunaishi sai, unaona hizo sides za Madera, sides za Kajiado, we have some climate change. Yes. But there is some people who wanted to win in their life. How uongeleshe uambie how they should do, what they should do to make sure that they win.
Again, we start with a mindset. You know, And in every calamity, there is an opportunity. I have never been to Mandera, so I can never say that this is what it is. But I've been to Kajiado.
Yeah.
And it's on the way to the Tanzanian border. There are opportunities there. And people, you find young people are actually doing some stuff there.
Yep.
And as one looks, I can never be categorical and say this is the specific thing that you need. Because your talents, your expertise, what have you studied about? If they are together, put together in one place, then that make you. So according to the way you're built, and in this building is like with the training and everything else, according to where you are, what can you start with?
Yeah.
What is it that you have, the little thing that you can start with? Again, can I just go back again to the Bible?
Yeah, no problem.
Here is Moses in the wilderness, and he's looking after his father-in-law's sheep. He sees the burning bush, and then he goes there trying to check it out.
Yep.
And the next thing that he finds is like, oh man, what is this and all that? And then he hears a voice coming from the burning bush, and he says, who are you and what is it? And then he's told, take your shoes because this place is holy. But as the taking of shoes is actually an action of submission. And then the one question that God asks him is this: what is it that you have in your hand? So young people, wherever you are, what is it that you have in your hand? Because Moses turned around and said, I have just this staff. And the next thing that God says is like, I'm going to use that staff. And through the staff of Moses, the children of Israel were taken away from the desert, from Egypt. And they were brought into the promised land.
Yep.
What is it that you have there? And you see, in the way of winning, like we were saying, we talked about maybe sportsmanship. Who is there? Talk to different people. Talk to different people about this is where I intend to go. You will never lack somebody that will walk with you. Take time again, just like Japhet is saying, like study, read. Learn from somebody who's gone that road before you. And you can learn something from there. So the worst thing that you can ever do is give up. Saying like, I now resolve to just be the way that I am just because this is the climate, I cannot do anything about that. Come up with something, maybe how do we get to solve an issue about maybe that climatic change in your area, and then we start maybe producing. A couple of years ago I saw in Turkana, where they started even doing crops. And yes, people will say, you know, this water is saline, it's salty and all that. But they had a means that they were getting from their boreholes and they would do their farming. So how about doing that? Because that's an opportunity too. How can you maybe talk? Right now we have like communications, WhatsApp and Telegram and all the social medias. How about maybe engaging your leader and telling them, how about maybe we start thinking of this, maybe this is the way I'm thinking about. How can we mitigate these things and then come up with a solution? There is a way to do that. The worst thing, again, I say, is when you give up and think there is no way out of your life or your situation. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Mwiroreri urathi na mbere na kororera ceceni ya Nice TV thiini wa utuku wa mohoro ririkana kuria nenda-ini citu cia ukinyaniria kuri mwena wa Facebook ni Nice TV Kenya, mwisho wake kana Twitter Nice TV Kenya, Instagram Nice TV Kenya, YouTube Nice TV Kenya, na namba itu ya ndumiriri nguhi ni gifugo mugwanja gifugo imu mugwanja gifugo igire inya. Tobe tuikiria hanini na geshokereria twina mangi na maingi maria tugukorwo tukiaririria muthenya wa umuthi. Ririkana kiria turakorwo tukiaririria muthenya wa umuthi ni winning in life, na ageni yako mundu gwitwo Sir Emmanuel na mundu gwitwo Mr. Japhet makiririine wa ceceni ya Nice TV. Koguo tugathie uri mitambo
urerorera Nice TV muci wa gikeno.